Pain of Salvation. Reconciliation. Live. This is Skye's request. Skye Face Finland. I thought you said piece of shit.
I thought I'd seen hell. I thought I knew it all. Now I know too well. Hell is to wake up, but it makes all the difference. Running away along these bloodstained streets. I'm sick of predators and prey, of being everybody's end. I wash my hands, stand up, God. God, it would leave me clean. But with blood on my hands, it turned to blood. Blood is my soul.
Thank you, Cosmo. I was literally about to go Google who this guy is, the lead vocalist, Daniel Gildenlöv. Oh my gosh. What an awesome voice. I mean, it's a fully supported sound in the sense that it allows it to be completely integrated by using the distortion as a choice, an artistic choice, instead of a necessity to get up through the break in the voice. What's up, Jim Games Live? Guys, go follow Jim Games Live on Twitch and on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Twitch. Subscribe on Twitch if you're so inclined. Make some great reaction content.
Break me if you must. When you break this crust, freedom is to see.
So that's why we've gotten so far so many different timbres, right? We start out, we'll do a little jumpy. This is such a sick, it's so energizing, even though it's all basically acoustic. Loose, light, easy, barely intense.
Now I know.
But that depth and sound when he says the word new, you can literally hear and feel how the sound is coming from the pit of his stomach. That's what real breath support feels like. Supporting with your breath doesn't mean you have to sing loud. Supporting with your breath means that you feel each motion of the air relates to a motion of the voice, right? That's what singing when connected to your breath is really about, is that if anything adjusts the air, any exhalation occurs with the musculature, it corresponds to something happening in the actual voice, right? It's not something coming from here. Now, sensations here can influence how you want to use your breath and how your air. But it's when you hear depth in the timbre like that even deeper when it's in the sweet spot of your voice and you're fully supporting. So good. I'm glad, Kieran. See you. And then he can add that distortion as a choice, right? Now we'll go back a little more. Here.
Thought I knew it all. Now I know too well.
Right?
Hell is to wake up.
It's just ways of coloring the vocal phrase. And you can piece apart the timbres to kind of understand the artistry of a singer. And when you have this much control over that phrasing, over those colors that you add into your voice throughout one single breath of sound. I mean, that's when your ear just goes, ooh, oh, you know.
But it makes all the difference.
And it's the kind of thing where it's like, yeah, it's really easy to separate that differentiation in something like visual art. You can kind of tell the media that was used, you know, and different types of pencils, different types of paints, different types of brushes, different types of stroke techniques, different types of genres that the painting depicts means different things to different people. And it's the same thing with the voice. You're just painting with a whole different system. You're creating with a whole different medium. Hey, Iko.
I'm sick of running away along these bloodstained streets. I'm sick of predators and prey, of being everybody's end. I wash my hands, blood and blood, Lord, it would leave me clean.
I mean, he's singing about such like starving humanity, right? He's such a victim in these songs, and he does such a good job at evoking that with his actual voice, and it makes you feel those emotions. But the actual phonation here, there's nothing unhealthy going on, and by unhealthy I mean these aren't vocal actions that are going to damage his voice going forward. But the pain you get is emotional pain. It's not empathetic pain for the pain going on in his throat, right? So he has this voice. It's connected with the air, so it's healthy. And then he's making vocal colors happen, like distortion, like having a lighter sound, like having a breathier sound, like having a deeper sound at different points, which you don't need to be conscious of. He's probably not conscious of it at all. But those vocal choices are what correspond to that pain and suffering that is evoked when you listen, right? That's what a vocal artist is. That's what a vocal artist's job is, right? Perhaps Jim Games. I've been singing for a while. Been working on the voice for a while.
Break me if you must. When you break this crust, freedom is to see. Yes, boy. Standing before you, I'm just a child, just a bird, learning to.
These harmonies are so sick. It's so jazzy, and it's like almost acoustic, but it's so fucking metal. Yeah, Jim, to put things into perspective, I've done 8 years of schooling surrounding purely the voice, for my own reasons, to learn how to use my voice. And then I found out recently that it's a good experience to have when talking about other voices. Not to mention all the other years I was just performing, but there's a lot of good that can come out of trying to understand another person's perspective, both in life and in vocals. So that's all I'm trying to do here.
Yes, boy. Standing before you, I'm just a child, just a bird, learning to
What's that from? I should know that, right? Dun 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 dun. Star Wars. DD, you're literally...
I hate these hands, soaked in blood. I hate what these eyes have seen. Up to my knees in filth and mud. How it hurts to become clean.
These chord progressions with the vocal harmonies are so good. They're so good. Like they're not basic. It's if you can listen to a harmony and kind of like plug yourself in right away, it's because you probably learned those natural, popular harmonies. But this is like, it's such big brain writing. Dude, this is such big brain music, man. Oh my God.
Up to my knees in filth and mud.
And the way the rhythm changes as well. We have that. It creates so much contrast and it just jerks your head. And you're just like, what the fuck? And then on top of the lyrics, this is what like sucks you into the lyrics, is those little musical signs that maybe you're conscious of them or not, of the things like the rhythmic meter changing right away, or these harmonies being so atypical. They're very like open jazz chords that these vocal harmonies are going to, and they're not a natural chord progression. They don't follow like part writing rules necessarily. But it turns your head, and then you get sucked into the lyrics, and then you get mechanically impassioned by this music. So good. All right, stop buzzing. Okay. It is Prague after all. There you go.
So run. You'll always have to run. So if you need to run, run.
Yo, yeah, we need to listen to that like ending riff again. So that you said no tube at all. This album runs in a whole interrupted piece. Ooh, I'm adding this. And of salvation, reconciliation album. I'm gonna add that to my Spotify. Listen to the whole thing later. Oh my gosh. I want to get this lead into this exit.
So run.
It's called 12-5.
You'll always have to run. So if you need to run, run.
Thank you very much, Aaron. It should work. I mean, I think it usually works. That's how the cue works. 12-5, man. So that run at the top, the only way you can do that effectively is if you're really, again, it's just another testament that he's totally in control of his air. Here's why I talk about breath so much, guys. Is it just the harmony, or is there something else cool at the end? Well, it's also like you're hearing all of these vocals coming together. And if you're hearing that like really nasty riff at the top in a good way, nasty in a good way, it's only possible because he's singing, 90% of what he's feeling when he's singing is his breath. I talk about breath so much because my experience as a singer is mostly academic or as a performer. And in the academic sense, I've taken on a lot of voice students who don't believe that the breath is what the voice is about, which is hard. Teaching voice is all about trust. Like, if you don't trust the person you're going to for vocal advice, you are literally never going to make progress vocally, because there are so many things happening that you just have to completely abandon your preconceived notions about in order to get better. Like, normally, if you're not a good singer from the start, like if you weren't born a great singer, then there are probably some preconceived notions you have about your voice that are not helping you. So in order to get better at singing, you need to be able to shed those preconceived notions and learn how to integrate, objective truths about singing. Things like the breath, things like how you have to relax here. You have to learn how they work, and then you have to get rid of them. When you hear a singer like this, when I hear a singer like this in this context with you guys and everything, I am so ready to talk about how great their breathing is, because that is 90% of what happens. That is like 99%, right? Daniel Hyman, the next Daniel that I need to hear. Got it. So your lizard brain is telling you that you need to breathe a certain way, but your intellectual brain has to say, no, you're not breathing the right way. Here's the right way to breathe, which you learn in your voice lessons from someone who you have to trust. Because if you don't believe the person trying to teach you how to sing, then you're not going to actually get rid of those old habits, right? So that's another part that goes into finding the right voice teacher. You have to trust them, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes people on this stream come on Fridays during the voice clinic, and we'll be working, and I'm just telling them, I'm trying to come up with different ways of getting them to do something, but every single time they say the one thing that's stopping them from doing it. And then at one point, weeks go by, and I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, it's because you don't trust me. You're not going to believe me. And, that's not a tell on me. That's, you got to go find someone who works for you, who you can believe when it comes to the voice. If that's not me, it's not me. But you got to find someone if you want to get better. Anyway, that's why the breath is so important. Because the breath is everything in the voice. This is nothing. This is going to be what it's going to be. You can't control anything in here to make your voice a certain way or to hit certain notes or whatever. This literally has to be nothing. Everything up here has to be nothing. You can make the words in a certain way. Everything above the jaw, you can have fun with that. But that stuff doesn't matter if you're not breathing properly. All right, friends. That was Pain of Salvation Reconciliation live from 12.5. That was beautiful. That was absolutely gorgeous. Function of the voice. You hear that virtuosity in the sound and the singing. And to an untrained ear, it's something that's mind-blowing. But it also increases in energy so gradually in line with the music. It's beautiful. The thing about breathing is, yes, it's hard, but it's simple. Breathing is not complicated. It's literally everything that happens below the ribcage, and even the ribcage to an extent. Everything happens below the ribcage when you inhale, goes like this. This is the ribcage. This is everything below the ribcage. It goes like this. And then when you exhale, it slowly goes like this. And the way you make it happen slowly is by continuing that inhale motion of the muscles at the same time as the air going out. So it just slows it down, and that's how you manage breathing. When I breathe for singing, while I'm physically singing, like, ah, I literally feel the muscles in my belly pressing down as I continue. Ah. It literally feels like I'm continuing to inhale air. And that's how I can make sure that my sound isn't getting compressed here. I don't want it to be compressed. I don't want a tight sound. I try to keep it. How do you learn to sing on the inhale? You don't sing on an inhale. You just use the muscles that you use to inhale while you're singing. Apply them against the exhale muscles. Hey, you're still here. I hope you enjoyed that look into what we do on Twitch to celebrate great singers. I owe you a huge thank you for being a part of this awesome community and letting me share my love of singing with you guys. The growth on this channel has been absolutely immense, and while I can't read every single comment requesting reactions, here's what you can do to get your favorite songs featured on the channel. You've got 3 options. One is to join the Twitch stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. When you've logged into Twitch and are watching the live stream, you can type !react, followed by the URL of your requested video. This adds your song to the queue that we work through during live streams. Alternatively, if you're really in a rush to get me to react to your song, you can head to my tipping page in the description down below and request a song with a tip of $4 or more to get it seen ahead of all the non-tipped requests. Don't worry, I make sure that every dollar gets put towards improving the channel's content and the community. The third way to get your request up on the channel is to join my Patreon. A patron of any tier level can request a song and get it reacted to that month, guaranteed. There are tons of other fun perks too, so I hope you check it out anyway. Thanks for watching. I hope you feel closer to the human voice and the artists you love, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Ciao. Tip turquoise.
You. Are you so cute? Oh, thank you. Oh, that's so cool.